Hi, and thanks for watching another instructional video for CSCI 1300. In this video, we're going to be talking about using an array of bank objects, building off of our previous video examples for our bank class example. And now we're dealing with an array of objects. So say we want to do something with a loan between two bank accounts. So we want to loan from one account to another. And then eventually, after a series of loans, we want to return the amount that was loaned from one account to the other with interest. So how do we do that? Well, the first thing we should look at is the fact that I am declaring an array of bank objects here. So notice the data type is the name of the function. We have the array name and the number of objects we wish to store. When we do this, we are basically initializing these by the default constructor. So we don't know, we can assume that when we just declare them like this in an array, they don't have any value set into them unless we set that through the default constructor. Now, if we want to actually initialize them to a base value, we can use a for loop to do so. So I'm saying that I'm going from 0 to 1 less than the size, which is 2, and at every object location in the array, at every I location that there is an object, I'm going to set that equal to the parameterized constructor call and pass it a value of 1000 to initialize all of the bank account objects to a initial starting balance of $1,000. So 1000 will be in account 1 and in account 2. They're going to start with the same amount. Now, after we have given both accounts the same starting balance, we are going to do a withdrawal from account 1 and then give it to account 2. So I'm going to figure out how much I want to withdraw by creating a double here. And I'm going to say that accounts of 0 dot withdraw will be passed the value of the loan. And this is a static value that I want to keep throughout the entire program. So that's why I'm using loan here and setting it equal to some static value. So every time that we withdraw, we're withdrawing the same loan amount. And what we're going to do is we're going to take that to the other account at the 1 index. So the 0 index is our account 1. The 1 index is our account 2. So we withdrawn $250 from the first account. And now we're going to use that same variable to deposit that amount into account 2. So account 1 will go down by 250 and account 2 will go up by 250. And then we'll print that as we go. So here we are saying that the loan amount after loan 1, we're looking at account 0 dot get balance to give us what is currently there. Same thing for account 1 dot get balance. So we're going to repeat this process 2 more times. So we withdraw the same amount from account 1, we deposit the same amount into account 2, and then we print what happens as a result to show that. We'll do that a third time here. So now we have withdrawn $750 and added that into account 2 from account 1. So after we do that, we need to return the loan. So say we withdraw 3 times, that means that we've withdrawn $750. We need to return that loan now to account 1 plus interest. The interest we want to apply is 3%. So we're going to do that through the add interest function, and we're going to return a loan based on the current balance of get balance. Okay, so here we say the return loan will be 3 times the amount that we kept asking for. So this loan, we're keeping track of it. We're going to create a second variable based on that by 3 times that amount. And we're going to say that we're going to withdraw that from the second account. So we're going to accounts of 1, withdrawing 3 times the original loan. And then what we're going to do is go to the accounts of 0, which is the first account, and deposit that amount. So now we've moved 750 out of account 2 and then added it to account 1. And lastly, we're going to have to compute the interest on account 1, which is in accounts of 0. So we're going to call add interest and pass it 3 for 3% interest. After we do that, we're going to print the information that comes back out after we perform this operation. So just to recap here, we initialize and declare our array of bank objects and use a loop in order to call the parameterized constructor and give it user-defined input. So we've gone through here, declared the array of objects, and giving them starting balances. We're then going to print the information. Then we're going to do 3 different shifts. So we're going to loan $250 from account 1 to account 2 3 times, print the information. And then after we do it 3 times, we need to return that loan amount times 3. So we return the total amount that we borrowed plus 3% interest by calling add interest with the value of 3. So let's look at this when we check the code. So the initial balance of both account 1 and account 2 is set to 1,000. When we do the first loan, we reduce account 1 by 250, and account 2 grows by that amount as well. And we can see that then we do it again, and account 1 becomes 500, and account 2 is now 1,500. We do it again, account 1 is getting pretty low, it's gotten down to $250. So we've reduced it by 750 at this point, and account 2 has 1,750. So we can see that that additional 750 has been applied. Now, notice what happens here. The loan is returned with interest, while the account 1 and the account 2 are both over 1,000, but notice that account 1 now has an additional $30. So we've applied that 3% interest on the account after we returned the loan. So that's all I have for how to deal with an array of objects and then move from one array object to another array object using the functions that we have built up for this particular example. So that's all for now. Thanks for watching and happy coding.